Welcome to the live stream, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful, beautiful structure. Beautiful structure that we're seeing in the markets right now. Bitcoin is getting me excited. I mean, I was excited last week when I talked about this structure, and I told you guys that we were heading up to the $68,000 to $72,000 range. I was excited back then, and I'm still excited because now we're there. Now we're at those levels. I'm going to get into the charts here. I want to just take a moment to just thank everybody that's watching. Sentiment is really important to be able to identify, and Twitter, if for anything else, it is one of the best trading tools that you can use for engaging sentiment, or not engaging, gauging sentiment. There are two types of people in the vast majority of the market right now. People who are sidelined and people who are degenerating into memes. And that is really bullish to me because the bullish structure that Bitcoin is developing right now, most of the market is not paying attention. They're not paying attention because they're distracted with useless meme coins, and they're not, or they are paying attention, but they're expecting lower prices. And Bitcoin has a fabulous habit of saying, fuck you, I'm going, and I'm not pulling back. And people are going to FOMO in at higher levels. But let's get into the charts. But before we do that, I'm going to do a little bit of gloating with the last video. So if you aren't already subscribed, subscribe to the channel. We have a no bullshit approach to the market. We look at the facts as they present themselves in the charts. We look at trend. We look at some of our key indicators, and we give it all away for free. Speaking of free, we give away our black box trading bots all for free. If you are interested, come into the Discord and learn more. Without any further ado, let's get into it. But before we get into the TA, just a quick reminder, this content is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a financial advisor, and trading or investing in cryptocurrency comes with risks. Always do your own research and consult with a professional if needed. Any use of trading bots or strategies should be tested and fully understood before implementation. Stay smart, stay safe, and trade responsibly. Let's get into the charts. Okay, we're going to start things off with me doing a little bit of gloating. This is last week's stream when we were talking about this newly developing trend. This trend is now well confirmed. We have an uptrend exiting this parallel channel. And not only that, but we've exited the downtrending channel. So I'll just go ahead and press play on that. At this point, we began to change the trend inside of the consolidation. We had a low, we had a high, we have a higher low, and a higher high butting up against the resistance of this longer term channel. We then came back down to this lower end, this median line of the larger channel, and we got a bounce off of there. So we're now tentatively confirming this again, higher low. So we have a higher low, higher high structure inside of this consolidation, waiting to kind of break out of this old downward sloping line of resistance, the original channel, with the help of the newly established structure of this newer channel. Perfect. So let's dive into that channel. But I'm going to start things off here on the weekly. Let's just catch up with the chat here. We got a couple people in the chat. How many people are in here? How many people we got in the chat right now? We got 3 on YouTube Shorts, 4 on YouTube Shorts, 7 on the regular YouTube channel, some on Twitch as well. Welcome in, everybody. Good morning from Thailand. Good morning from Bali. We got a couple people from Thailand in here. Nick Jacobson, what's up? How's it going? Krek Palali. Kokahuna, welcome in. Aloha. Optics, how's it going? Animosity Zero, welcome in. Okay, so, I mean, everything is pointing bullish. everything that we use, okay, you can always find a bearish case. You can always find something to point to that you could deem as bearish. But all of the tools that we use are pointing bullish right now. We have here on the weekly, this blue line crossing above the red line. That is our 7 weekly average crossing above the 30 weekly average, giving us a bullish cross. That's indicating bullish momentum to the upside. We have a purple phantom candle showing up on the weekly. This is also indicating typical beginnings of rallies. We have a purple candle here, which rallied up 30%. We got a purple candle here, which had a massive rally up 100%. These purple candles, they're not 100% success rate, but they're very, very good indicators in the market. And that's another bullish thing that we're looking at. Down here at the green wave, the wave has transitioned from red to green. This is indicating that the bulls are in control. We're breaking structure, we're breaking out. And typically speaking, when it transitions, you get big rallies. Check out the last video that I made, not the live stream, but the video talking about $150,000 or $122,000 Bitcoin. That'll explain the green waves. That is pointing bullish. Let's go down to some smaller time frames here onto this chart. Let's turn alphanumerics off for just a moment and just focus on structure. This is the newly established uptrend that we talked about in the last live stream. We have a low, higher low, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. And this high is still working on getting to the top of this channel. If we see a weekly close above 71,320, that is going to be an incredibly bullish sign to the market. Even more so bullish if we can take out the all-time high here. Let's mark the all-time high. So this is kind of our breakout range at $73,757 for a breakout of the all-time high. If either of those happen, a weekly close above 71,300 or any wick, any price discovery at all above 73,757, that is going to be a very bullish sign for the market. And if you aren't already exposed and you're waiting for a pullback, you might be new. Bitcoin has a very annoying habit, okay? It has two very annoying habits, actually. It trades sideways for longer than anybody expects. And when it breaks out hard and doesn't pull back. It only pulls back on steep retracements. So you'll FOMO in at the top, probably. You'll FOMO in at a mid-cycle top, and then it'll pull back, 20 to 30%, and then take off again. That's just what Bitcoin does. It's an interesting asset. It's very illiquid. And as a result of it being illiquid, when the demand takes over, it just goes. It goes into price discovery really, really quickly. Kahuna, this is the space to be involved with. Absolutely. Although credit where credit is due, everything's going up. Everything's going up. I'm excited that cryptocurrencies are going up. But gold's going up, silver's going up, S&P's going up, NASDAQ's going up, the dollar's going up, everything's going up. USA here, love to see the trend change here in October. Yep, can't wait for the alt season. Alt season is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. We'll take a look at the Bitcoin dominance chart. It's still trending to the upside, so we haven't seen full-blown altcoin season. Anybody chatting on the YouTube Shorts? Not yet. Got 2 viewers on YouTube Shorts, no chats. Let's go down to some smaller time frames, see what we can see. Let's check out the 4-hour. 4-hour with the RSI. RSI is curling back up. Could go for a rally. We got basically 2 hours left in this candle to close. 4 hours in a nice healthy trend. The last candle was a new hourly local high, 4 hourly local high. And as long as we can close above the open of this candle at 68,505, it's probably going to continue that trend. I would like to see the RSI get back over 70. If it can get back above 70, then it's probably going to continue to rally, close another bullish candle, setting us up for yet another bullish candle. Wouldn't be surprised if by the end of this daily candle close, let's go to the daily, back to the daily. Wouldn't be surprised if by the end of this daily candle close, we're looking like we're up here somewhere at the top of this channel. Somewhere up here. Oops. Let's try that again. Somewhere at the top of this channel, which is what we're looking for. We need to get a weekly close above 71.3. We just got our weekly close, so it may or may not close above that point. We still got 7 days left for the weekly close to come in, but it could set us up for taking out the all-time high at 73,757. It's a lot of sevens, which would be a bullish sign no matter what. You don't need to get a close above there. If we wick and print the new highest price that's ever been achieved by Bitcoin, that's a bullish thing. It's a bullish signal to the market. Going back over to the 4 hour. Yeah, 4 hour looks good. Let's check out how Bangbox is doing. Bangbox is currently in a trade. If you guys aren't already signed up, go to blackbox.pro. Links down below. This is a free service. Not certain parts are free and certain parts are paid. It's 100% free. We don't take any money from you. We work with the exchanges and we take a portion of the exchange fees that you are already paying if you're using a centralized exchange. So that's the catch. It's not much of a catch. If you're already trading on a centralized exchanges, you're already paying fees. We're just taking a portion of those fees and we offer these services for free to you. So check out the links down below. We've got, we're looking good here on the Bitcoin accumulator bot. About 25% more Bitcoin than when we started. So we got 25% more Bitcoin getting ready for the Bitcoin bull run. So that's really good to see. I am in the beta on this. So on my main account, this is stopped, but we're in, the same P&L over there on the Blowfin bot on the Tether margined account. But yeah, it's looking good. We're probably going to break 10 grand on this. We started off with 6. Now we're looking at breaking 10. Oh, sorry. I guess it needs to break 11 for us to get that 10 grand because we just put $1,000 Tether in the new bot. But yeah, it's accumulating Bitcoin. It's doing its job. It's doing its job. So we're pretty proud of that. Things are looking good on that front. We want to hold this. If you guys are in the Discord, please, if you have the ability to navigate the exchange, the take profits are coming, but they're not here yet. I know we're getting excited with the bullishness of Bitcoin, but just pretend that the bot is taking profits. When you hit the 5%, take the profits. When you hit the 10%, take the profits. It's all automated. It's coming soon where it will all be automated. So you may as well just get used to the P&Ls that are coming down the pipe. Chilling in the bot trade. Nice. Nice. All right, let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. We're going to go to the weekly on this one. We had a big spike up, which is what Bitcoin dominance does when Bitcoin has a breakout. Big little spike up. The alts followed. So alts are getting frisky too. We saw some pretty big gainers here on the ordinal side of things. Fractal Bitcoin had like a 25% move on the day-to-day. Yeah, it had a pretty large move yesterday. We'll take a closer look at that in just a moment. But this is still in an uptrend. Still in an uptrend. So alts are not... We're not in full-blown altcoin season yet. It's still popcorn season. Popcorn season is random. Altcoin season is everything goes up. I will say that, historically speaking, the better performing alts are going to be the new alts. So if you're holding alts from the last cycle, I'm not here to tell you what to do with your investments or anything like that. Just don't expect it to do as well as the exact same coin that's new. It's just, that's what the market appetite is. Market appetite, especially this cycle, is very, very low market cap stuff, new stuff, memes, All of that garbage is where the market's going. It's a lot less fundamental this cycle, which leads me to some very interesting theories about what this cycle is going to turn out being. And I will probably organize all of those thoughts and create a dedicated video towards what I think the current market psychology, the groupthink of crypto is, and what I think that will do for the markets moving forward. So if you aren't already subscribed, subscribe to that, because that'll be a very interesting kind of philosophical video as to human emotion and how that affects markets. All right, so this is continuing to trend up. Let's take a look at ETH BTC continuing to trend down. Our target of 3 million sats per ETH is still in play. Let's go and take a look at traditional finance with the S&P making new all-time highs. Incredible, incredible. Just every week is another week where we're making all-time highs on the S&P. NASDAQ really trying to take out that local high. It is lagging. The appetite for risk is more on the conservative side when you're in traditional financial markets. More people have demand for the S&P than they do for the more risky tech sector, the tech stocks, the tech multipliers. So NASDAQ is lagging the S&P a little bit. Taking a look at gold, boom, just all-time highs. This is a crazy market, ladies and gentlemen. Everything is going up. Everything has all-time highs on it. It's just, and what's even crazier is the dollar is doing well too. The dollar, the S&P 500 is doing well. The NASDAQ is doing well. Gold is rallying. Bitcoin's breaking out, and the dollar is doing well. I have never seen this. I have never seen this. This is pretty crazy to see how everything is going up, and it's interesting. It's interesting. I don't quite know what it means, but you know, the more bullish things are, the more you should proceed with caution. Okay, so I will just put a little bug in your ear there that you know, when times are the best, that's usually the times when bad things are setting up, right? Just make sure you have a plan this cycle. Make sure you have a plan. And if you don't have a plan, we can discuss plans in the free Discord. Links below. Bull market is expected to run after the election. Of course, the market hates uncertainty, and it doesn't matter who wins. Doesn't matter if Kamala wins. Doesn't matter if Trump wins. The effect of the market is just uncertainty. Once we know who's going to be president, the market will resume. People can speculate on the fundamentals of, you know, this, that, and the other, and I'm sure there are some fundamentals that could contribute to a more powerful bull run. I think if we do have a Republican clean sweep where the president, the House, and the Senate are all Republican run, that could be very good for passing legislation. When you can pass legislation quickly and efficiently, that's typically a bullish environment for the stock market. So, you know, with that one fundamental, if Kamala wins, it just means that the Senate and the House are going to be tied up a little bit, and maybe we don't get bills passed as quickly as we could with a Republican president. Anyways, I'm not going to fucking get into it. The main thing is just uncertainty. So once there's clarity on a direction, the market can start repricing what it needs to reprice, which in this case is everything. Everything needs to be repriced. The global liquidity cycle has started. The money printers are running on full steam ahead. Every central bank is printing money. Every central bank is issuing debt, and the global liquidity is expanding. That means asset prices will go up. I've enjoyed the education, talent, and ethics in the bull and bear market for years. Yeah, Kahuna is an OG. Been around for a real long time. I will buy more alts. When you think Bitcoin dominance tops out, I'm not sure when it'll top out. It tops out when it tops out. I never try to predict, okay? For YouTube, as a YouTuber, you got to kind of put some predictions here and there, and you got to back up why you say certain things. But fundamentally, I'm a trader. And what traders do is they analyze the data that's in front of them right then at that point. A good trader. A pretend trader pretends to be able to predict the future. A good trader knows that they can't and prepare for the unknown. They come up with a strategy. If then statements. If this, I do this. If this, I do that. That's what a good trader does. And when I'm presented with the data, one of the easiest things that you could look at from a technical point of view of data is trend. If Bitcoin dominance is in an uptrend, the assumption is the uptrend will continue. I have a prediction of 60%. I have a target of 60%, but that doesn't mean that we can't continue going to 80%. As long as the uptrend keeps printing higher highs and higher lows, the assumption is higher highs and higher lows. Only at the point at which market in real time presents itself as broken do you begin to change your analysis and you begin to change your strategy and allocate according to the newly presented changes. This is really important for people to understand. Don't predict. TA is not a crystal ball. TA does not predict the future. It allows you to analyze what's happening now so that you can prepare with the probabilities of what could happen next. And there is a big difference between that. The most successful traders know that they don't know what tomorrow will bring. Biden 2024. The polls don't agree. The polls don't agree, but it could be. Oh, Biden. I'm still thinking, Biden 2024. Yeah, they're going to get him on strings. He'll just be a puppet. Hey, listen, guys, listen. We got to do this. You know what's going on? Grandeur Laird, hello. Welcome in. Yeah, let's take a look at some of these alts that are gaining some traction here. So Fractal Bitcoin had a beautiful day yesterday. Beautiful close, massive 24% close off the low here. Still has a lot of trend to repair at this point. The launch sucked. The launch went all the way to $40. And we're down to 7, but you know, this is showing a little sign of strength, I suppose. It's a little change in behavior, but still has a lot of repairing to do. The ordinals are still not quite ready, but they are getting ready. Track is getting ready to launch soon. Actually, it's supposed to launch today. It's the 21st. It's going to launch something today. We'll see. Track is notorious for pushing things back and under delivering on timelines. But Benny is a very competent individual who is definitely delivering products, if not delivering them on time. He is still delivering products. So we'll see what happens with Track. The new TAP ecosystem is coming, which is going to be layer 1 settlement of a lot of, decentralized financial instruments on Bitcoin. Bitcoin's getting smart contracts. It's going to be interesting to see. Where even is Biden? Who knows? Who knows? He's in his cryogenic chamber till the next 100 years, where they'll bring him out again. Let's take a look at some other ones. Sats still ranging sideways. Nothing notable there. Meme got a little bit of action. This one I highly don't recommend. The only reason I look at this chart is because I minted it when it came out, when the BRC20 craze was initiated. I minted a whole bunch of shit. Meme has the word meme in it, so we'll see what it can do, because meme coins are certainly a narrative this cycle. I don't recommend taking new positions in this one necessarily, or at least not heavy positions. If you want to take an allocation, take an allocation, but it's got a lot of work to do to kind of make up for some of the damage that's been done. The community's a little bit weak. I think there are better memes out there. Also, this one has a really, really low supply. So because it has a low supply, the unit bias is a little skewed. New people don't like to buy things that are more than $1. They want to buy 1,000,000 coins that are under $1. They don't want to buy one coin that's, $500. So the unit bias is working against meme on this one. Let's take a look at Ordi. Ordi is repairing the trend, looking very similar to Sats. So we kind of have a little bit of a bottoming structure going on. Maybe we get some sort of move up, get some sort of rally showing strength back to the market, and then maybe come back down as a correction before the true market structure changes and the true rally begins. I still think there's a few weeks. I don't think anything's going to get too crazy until we're in the new year. So don't expect anything to get too wild other than Bitcoin till at least the middle of January of 2025. January 2025, we'll start seeing liquidity shuffle around. People are going to start going back to work. People are going to be allocating and speculating and coming up with venture capital deals. And you're going to see a lot more liquidity flow. But don't expect too much outperformance in memes, altcoins, ordinals, stuff like that. I think Bitcoin's going to continue to steal the show for the remainder of the year, which will get the market excited. But I'm just not seeing that really big push in alts happening until at least next year. Any updates on Bitmap and Fractal? Fractal was a punt. If Fractal gains traction, a lot of people are going to need to buy FB. If it never gains traction, then it's just a useless shitcoin. It's a coin flip. It's either going to win or lose. Bitmap, I still think that's a very strong fundamental play. I think with metaverse and AI and stuff like that, it's going to have to come later on in the cycle. You really need to get the market very excited about that. But Bitmap is still a high conviction play for me. But ordinals, like I said, right now, ordinals aren't going to run. They're just not. You have a little bit of a rally happening in runes. Some of the runes are doing quite well. But across the board, is if you took everything ordinal, including runes, runes are an ordinal. Ordinals as a whole, they're not quite ready. You're having a little bit of excitement with runes, but everything else is slow. So, all of the ordinal stuff I would expect to really take some gain acceleration next year once Bitcoin gets the market excited again. Because nobody's really paying attention right now. If people aren't paying attention, how are they going to buy it? Let's see what Ton is doing. Telegram bot. I was really bullish on this as an idea just because there's so many Telegram users. I mean, if you're in crypto, you are using Telegram. But this structure isn't great. Not a ton of performance, really. What did it do from the lows? From the lows, it only did a 700%. Yeah. The problem with Ton, and this is a problem with a lot of projects, is there's a lot of venture capitalists in the space. So when stuff hits the market, the venture capitalists are already at a 10, 20, 50, 100x profit, and they take profits. This is kind of the narrative that's developing on the side of the memes, because the memes don't have VCs in them. The memes don't have that backing. They don't have those seed rounds. They just launch and everybody grab it. It's done. It's one fucking issuance. Get it, get in, and then everybody speculates on the token. So it's a lot less formal, which is why the VCs don't get in them. They're not allowed. They weren't invited. But when the VCs are invited, you get a lot of profit taking off of launch. So I think that's probably why some of the growth here is stifled, because this was fundamentally quite interesting to me. And then you look at something ridiculous like SPX 6900 that does thousands of % with nothing. So you got to observe the market. What is the market doing? The market is not supporting venture capital. They're just not. They have no interest. Solana is looking gorgeous as usual. Solana is such a strong player this cycle. Ethereum is shit. Solana is the new Ethereum. Solana is the new Ethereum. That's going to piss a lot of people off, but it's true. It only pisses people off when they're not being objective and looking at the facts in the charts. Solana has been performing exceedingly well, and it's been doing way better Ethereum in both Bitcoin and dollar terms. And what did everybody like about Ethereum last cycle? NFTs, DeFi, and meme coins. What is Ethereum doing now? Nothing. It's old DeFi that nobody uses. The NFTs are dead. You know, the ordinals stole the show on NFTs. And meme coins are all over other chains. Solana has all the exciting memes. There's way more market demand for the casino-like experience on Solana, which is fundamentally what the users of Ethereum were using Ethereum for last cycle. And Ethereum thinks that that's not what they're about, but it is what you're about. Ethereum's like, oh, ultrasound money issuance, blah, 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 burn, issue. No, that's not what you were about. Ethereum was about gambling on shitcoins. And Ethereum forgot that. And as a result of Ethereum forgetting that they were the original shitcoin casino, a new shitcoin casino came in and is taking all of the market share. And that is Solana. Solana is performing exceedingly well. Kaspa broke this structure to the downside, came out of this channel. Yeah, the structure here, I'm not taking a position in Kaspa. So a lot of people really excited about Kaspa because Kaspa did some pretty exciting things, like absolutely ridiculous. If you got in at the original breakout, it's still over 100x, or sorry, 1,000%. That's a 10x, 15x. And from the top, you know, 24x. And that's just from this original breakout. There's other people that got in like obscene low, 14,000%. Like some people really killed it with Kaspa. But this structure doesn't have anything that gives me a clear edge. I don't have an edge on this chart. So because I don't have any perceivable competitive edge with buying this, I'll watch Kaspa go. It's not for me. It is what it is. You can't have them all. You got to have rules in place that allow you to buy and allow you to sell. And you can't be exposed to everything. One of the biggest mistakes that newer traders make when they come into this space is they buy too many things because, oh, that sounds like a good idea. Oh, that sounds like it's going to pump. Oh, let me get some of this. Let me get some of that. That sounds great. Let me grab some of this. What rune are you buying? What ordinal are you buying? What this are you buying? What's that? What's this? What's that? What's that? And then by the end of the fucking bull market, they have 50 positions. On a good day, they might end up with 100 positions. How in the fuck do you plan to manage 50 positions? How in the fuck do you plan to take profits on 50 positions? Don't make the mistake. Don't buy everything. You got to let stuff pass sometimes. Don't like the way the candlesticks look. That's it. That's my rule. Those candlesticks are ugly to me. Doesn't mean it can't rally another 100%, multiple hundreds of percent. I just think those candlesticks are ugly. So I'm not going to buy it. Simple as that. I actually think it will go up, but I'm not interested. I don't like the presentation here. Presentation's everything. Vitalik got a girlfriend. That's not why. The reason Ethereum's been in down only since proof of stake as well. That's another factor. You know, the miners were actually really beneficial for Ethereum. When Ethereum went to proof of mistake, it was the worst decision they could have made because it required the market to reprice them. And because it needed them to be repriced, the market decided to not price them very well. You know, they need to match the market cap of Solana or be below the market cap of Solana. Solana will flip ETH because they're both proof of stake, and the market share of Solana is higher than the market share of ETH. Just goes to show you, Proof of stake is just more fiat. It's a scam. Don't work. All right. Do we want to take a look at stocks? Nah. Anything interesting? Somebody asked me in the comments to look at Illuvium. I tried really hard not to laugh because I knew they were serious. No comment. No comment. ICP. Let's take a look at ICP. ICP got wrecked big time. Big time wrecked. This was, again, you know, a venture capital project. Is this pullback done for the night or wait to turn around? Is the pullback done? You talking about this pullback? It's not a pullback, my friend. This is continuation. We could get a little bit of a pullback. If we got a pullback worth buying, it would be a pullback to the 7 on the weekly. So that's 68,100, 140. That would be a pullback worth buying. But we've been staying on top of this 7, and we honestly haven't been touching the 7 very much either. So maybe we don't even get back that far. I'm telling you, if Bitcoin continues to remain bullish here and starts taking out some of these levels up here, it's not going to pull back. It's not going to pull back in a way that most people would buy. This is what Bitcoin does. When it goes, people are left behind. I remember back here, people asking, where's the pullback? Where's the pullback? Do you think it's going to pull back? And then it got up here and it slowed down and people are like, oh yeah, it's going to pull back. It's going to pull back. And then it just ground higher and higher and higher. And then it just accelerated. And then people bought here, pulled back, shook them out, and then back into up only. Bitcoin is a fucking bitch. Bitcoin is not fair, okay? You can't be cheeky with Bitcoin. Give your stops lots of room because Bitcoin's a bitch. Don't use a ton of leverage because Bitcoin's a bitch. Have a plan. Know exactly what kind of trade you are entering into. And if your plan is to hold a multi-month trade on Bitcoin, then the multi-month trade is best suited for spot because the volatility of Bitcoin is insane. People hear that, oh, the volatility of Bitcoin's insane. When you're in a bull market, volatility is like, oh yes, let's pile on the leverage, like, because we want to get as much money as possible. And when you're in a bear market and you're like, oh, it's going to crash to nothing, the volatility is always there. And when the forces take over, when demand takes over on Bitcoin, it just goes, man. I've seen it so many times. Bitcoin breaks out. People ask, when is the pullback going to happen? It keeps on going. It slows down. People are like, okay, the pullback's going to finally come. The pullback doesn't come, and it just keeps on fucking going. I've seen it so many times. So many times people make that mistake. How do you buy it? You buy it spot. If you don't like your entry, but you like the TA, you buy spot. You don't buy futures contracts. If you have a plan on the futures contracts, you follow the plan. How's Floki for the bull run? Memes are a narrative. Memes are a narrative. Yeah, not bad structure. Very similar to what we're seeing in the ordinal space, actually, even though Floki has nothing to do with ordinals at all. Not a bad structure. But again, this won't take off right away. But this will resume an uptrend. It's going to take out its high. It'll take out its all-time high. I'd put money on it. Oh, and Vitalik became a singer. Well, that's probably why Ethereum's doing poorly. I didn't realize Vitalik was singing. That is death to a protocol. Satoshi didn't tell us that he was a singer. That's the key. That's why Bitcoin keeps on rallying. Satoshi kept that a secret. Certain things you don't tell the market. Full stop. There's just certain things you don't tell the market. Singing is one of them. HNT, that one's shit. I haven't looked at it in a long time. Let's take a look. I'm not a fan of alternative mining projects. I just don't think it's so. So here's the thing. I'm going to make a very broad statement. Very broad statement. Will the bull market make this go? Will the bull market bring this to higher prices? Yes. Will the bull market bring it to new all-time highs? Probably not. What I would anticipate as a target for helium, going from the high to low, would probably be $20. Somewhere in the middle here, 0.5, $20. Now, when this starts rallying, everybody who's in helium, all of the helium bulls, they're going to guarantee you that we're breaking 40 and we're probably going to go to 400. Historically speaking, that's just not the case. Just have a plan. Have a plan. Have a plan for me being wrong, and have a plan for the bulls being wrong, the helium bulls being wrong. Okay. If we look at past examples, let's take a look at Litecoin, BTC. You know, it's just these perpetual downtrends. Bull market, bear market. Bull market recovery doesn't make it to a new high. Bear market. Bull market recovery, pathetic. Bear market. Bull market recovery, pathetic. It's just a continuous downtrend. If we look at Litecoin on Tether, who's got a long chart? You know, here's the 2021. Where's the long chart? I need a long Litecoin chart. Coinbase has had Litecoin for a long time. Here's a good example. So Litecoin had its 2017 run, put in its 2017 high. In 2021, it just barely made it, and then it came back down. It's not going to break a new all-time high. Coins from prior cycles are not going to make new all-time highs. Litecoin did well. You know, I was talking about helium making it about halfway. Litecoin made it all the way, but it didn't break out a new high. Litecoin on this rally, maybe it gets to here. Maybe it gets to $300, but it's going to be in a perpetual downtrend in dollar terms and definitely in Bitcoin terms. In Bitcoin terms, it's horrendous, but in dollar terms, it's going to continue to perform poorly as well. This is the reality. This is the reality. Find outliers. If you guys know some long-term altcoins that were around in 2017 that don't follow this pattern, put them in the comments section down below. And Ethereum is one in dollar terms, yes, but it is not one in Bitcoin terms. Find me one in Bitcoin terms that is performing better. It's not. Everything trades to zero against Bitcoin. Altcoins, obviously, but stocks, bonds, real estate, precious metals, jewelry, watches, every investable asset trades to zero over the long term against Bitcoin. 13 of the 14 5-minute candles are red on BTC. Seemed funny looking. Bang box. For the bang box trade, we don't know, man. That's why we let the bot. I don't predict the future. We don't do that around here. We have a strategy in place. And we allow the bot to trade the strategy. It's getting frisky to the downside. The bot, worst case scenario, if you guys didn't take profits, I know some people didn't, but if you didn't take profits, you're still going to walk away with a couple percent on this one. The strategy works over the long run. So this is why we say take profits. We're working very, very hard to get the take profits automated. It's days away. It's days away. We got our first signal tested in the beta today, and the limit orders weren't working. Only the market orders were working, so we need to go back and adjust. But I'm telling you, it's very, very close. It's very close to giving us the green light to release. It's being tested right now. I know it's inconvenient for those that want kind of a set it and forget it approach to have to go in and take profits. But if you want to see better performance overall, that's what we recommend. All right. Okay, I think I will start to close things out there. Did I miss anything? Is there anything I wanted to look at? Let's see what total's doing. I mean, it's just a reflection of Bitcoin, but let's see if it looks any different. Nope. Breakout. Breakout on total. Now, we still have a macro downtrend on total. We didn't take out this high on total. That's just a reflection of the underperformance of altcoins. Bitcoin is in much, much better condition. We need to get above $2.42 trillion in the entire cryptocurrency market to really establish a newly defined trend. What is that? Oh, that's a bang box trade. Total 2, even worse. Total 3. Total 3 has that local uptrend. Still hasn't taken out this macro swing high, but it has that local uptrend. But Bitcoin looks great. Bitcoin looks fantastic. Really, really good. And on that note, we will leave it at that. So thank you all for joining in. If you guys haven't already done so, go to blackbox.pro, set up your Bitcoin trading bot today. We will see you in the Discord. I can't wait to welcome you in, and we can hang out and talk shop. If you're a bear, come in and troll me. I don't care. But let's hang out regardless. So thank you all for joining in. Until next time, please trade safe. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video. And until next time, trade safe. It is jungle out there. Peace.